Hello, this is Alejandro Bratti and William Isley from Unlock Clarity, and welcome to the Spanglish World Networks on Single TV channel 250. Please remember to download both the Single TV app and the respective app stores on iOS and Android devices. While you download, make sure to rate and leave a comment. The app is free, and available in Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire, Roku, and all smart TVs. Today we are going to continue with what we started last week about talking about masculine energy. The topic is specifically in emotions, energy in motion. That's what we believe. So how are you, William? Let's start with that today.
I'm doing well. Yeah, it's been interesting. It sounds like you have Montezuma's Revenge falling from the sky or something out there.
Yeah, it seems like that.
Lots
Here,
of. Am I hearing thunder?
yeah, it was a thunder.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. I'll attempt to stop being distracted by that. Um, yeah. Overall, doing well. Had some really cool realizations, and yeah, it's been a nice week.
So we are going to enter directly to the topic because really there is a lot to talk about this. It's very interesting how stereotypes and everything can start to create different perspectives on this. So last week, if you remember, if you don't didn't see it, go to the YouTube channel and connect and start to hear that program. But we were talking a lot about the importance of vulnerability and embracing emotional expression. That's the first part where we started. Today we decided to do like some research together, like with William, and started to find what. Okay, let's start to find out what energies are considered masculine and are coming from the masculine side, and we are not talking about a, a female. If a female has it, that means that that person is more masculine than feminine. That is not really what we are talking about here. It's energies. We have both energies at the same time, and they are helping us to develop. We believe that sometimes there is a lot of people that they are males and they develop only the masculine ones because those are the ones that are accepted, and the feminine side are not accepted because you are a male. And that's where you are just living with half of your power and not 100% of your power, and that's why we are talking about this topic. So let's start to talk about this, William. What do you believe, why this is a stereotypical emotions, why people are connected with this in different ways? What do you think about this?
Oh, I, it's just amazing. Growing up in my part of America, I have a lot of what are called hillbillies and rednecks in my family background, and um, right, the for me, emotion means energy in motion, and if they're not in motion, we're not feeling properly. We can't show up as ourselves. And for this area, I'm sure where you grew up in Guatemala, it was similar that men are men and women are women, and you do not act like the other. And so we've stifled a large half of ourselves, kind of thing. And that's why it's important to feel everything. And it's like if you in my area, it's like if I cried, I was called a sissy. And so which led at 12 to turning off most of my emotions. Yeah, that went well for the rest of my life. Uh, what I was amazed at with some of the research that you did was the types of emotions that are considered masculine and feminine. I It's like, wow. So we have confidence, determination, courage, passion, protective love, strength, assertiveness, focus, independence, resilience, and honor. And I'm like, I know lots of mothers that identify with all of these,
Yes.
and these are called masculine traits. Wow.
So, and that's why we want to talk about these topics, as you said, like, okay, confidence. When you have confidence, normally you are thinking about a masculine energy. But that doesn't mean that we don't believe a woman doesn't have confidence or can have confidence. And that's why we are doing this topic. It's like that energy, even when it's considered a masculine energy, it's okay for both. Uh,
If we don't have both, we end up in therapy.
exactly.
It's that simple.
So when we're talking about confidence, we're talking about an energy that it's self assurance, believing our abilities, like what is like confidence. That confidence allows us to take more risks, and sometimes we see that that is okay in a man because it's normally there. But nowadays, we can start to see like women are taking this confidence for themselves and they are teaching this. And I am not talking about the feminist, that's another thing. But females that are taking their power back, and part of the power is taking this energy that was considered masculine. And that's why we believe that even when we are talking about masculine energy, this is for both, for everybody. It's for to embrace exactly what we are talking. The other one, determination.
Yeah. So these were interesting because these are, for my part, these are most of the emotions that I identify with and champion: compassion, sensitivity, intuition, nurturing, empathy, vulnerability, love, empowerment, joy, collaboration, intimacy, and gratitude. I mean, like, how many of those are like, if you associate with those as a man, you're considered a sissy? What's up with that?
So that's in the feminine side. Those are considered feminine emotions. We are not going to enter today in that deeply because we are going to create a program specifically for feminine emotions in the future, in the near future. Uh, but imagine empathy that it's not allowed for men, according to what we are thinking, or
Our
being
society.
vulnerable,
Yeah,
something that we talked last week.
it's amazing. And yet,
And
I know my share of men who are are less for not being allowed to express some of these things. Their life is not as full as it could be.
no, and really, if we go to the, I don't know how many of you knows the map of consciousness created by Dr. Hawkins. You are going to start to see that the majority of these feminine emotions here are in the upper ladder, in the higher frequencies, and it's like that means that if we as men don't think to develop these emotions and work on these emotions and embrace these emotions as part of our lives, we are missing a higher connection, like we are missing really something big.
Yes, absolutely. It's amazing what how our culture has taught us to be, at, and taken out the idea that everybody has both sets of qualities. I mean, we've the yin and yang symbol is built that way for a reason. It turns into a circle.
Mm. So I know that this program is very quick, but talking about, for example, honor. That's another masculine energy that evoke a sense of honor, integrity, and loyalty. That is something that I believe everybody needs, and that doesn't is not connected to any gender, and that's why the today's session and program today is focused on really helping us to understand that the masculine energy is really good and is really important. We have to develop that, but not only as man, but also as woman. We need to connect both and develop both. Another one is focus. Masculine energy is characterized as by focus and determined mindset. Yeah, I am very determined, and maybe it's like so focused that you forgot about everything else. But that is something that also is going to be great for women,
Yeah,
to develop. And if you start to study the people that it's already very successful and high performance, they have both of these energies developed.
yeah, exactly. I mean, the resilience, the strength, the passion. It's surprising how um, how the AI has been trained to see the world because that's the way we see the world.
So action steps, understanding this. Okay, there is some emotions that are considered masculine, some emotions that are considered feminine. We have, as humans, we have both. Last week, William was telling us, after doing some testing, I know that I have 60% of feminine energy and 40% of masculine. That doesn't mean that he's very male. That's another thing as gender. But what we recommend on this is like some steps that you can take, and we are not talking to males, we are talking to everyone. Really, how you can start to embrace this and start to connect to your inner power with this. So what is the first recommendation?
Self exploration and reflection. I mean, that comes up a lot in what we're talking about. I mean, if we choose not to take a deep dive into who we are and find out who we are, once again, we're missing a large portion of our lives.
Hmm.
It's for me, it's really that simple because self exploration, self reflection is a thing that our culture doesn't tell us we need to do. Oh, that's okay. Just watch another episode on Netflix. You'll feel better.
Hmm. So the
It,
second step, we are talking about embracing vulnerability. That's something that we talked last week. But remember, vulnerability is not a sign of weakness. It's a gateway to authenticity and personal growth. So if we are not vulnerable, there is no way we can connect. That's the our connection phase with another human in the other side. If I am not sharing my stories of who am I and the struggle that I'm going through, it's like, okay, Alejandro is a superhero, of course, yeah, yeah, whatever, but I can connect with that. It's like I want to know what is happening. For example, just last this weekend I was in a program. I had the opportunity to do a presentation to Mind Valley, and really the topic that I was talking and teaching, it was about the thieves of our dreams. every single step that I was talking, I live them during the whole week before. It's like how you are going to be talking about that if you are living and you are feeling that you are having those problems at the same time. And it's like that's part of the vulnerability, being able to realize, yes, I have them, but that's okay. I can continue and I can help, and I am growing in this process, and we can grow together. And that's exactly what we are talking about.
Exactly. And developing emotional resilience. Once again, the energy and motion concept. Um, we build the capacity to work through our emotions, realizing they can't kill us,
Mm.
and if we feel them, they leave. Because that's one of those things that we're taught not to feel our emotions. They don't leave; they stick around in the body and make us sick. So it's just, yeah, I like this. Seeking support when we need it from trusted individuals. Uh, yeah.
The fourth topic is engaging mindfulness and self care. So why this fourth step? Uh, Mindfulness and self care. There is something that is happening. For example, today I had a coaching call with one of my clients, and we were talking about commitment. And the first thing that I was telling this person was really what I honor here is your commitment to yourself. It's not to Alejandro because you are having this conversation with me every single week and we are growing it together. No, it's the commitment with yourself because really the world is changing so fast, and how much people or how many people is really focusing on, okay, I want to stop, slow down, breathe, start to understand what is my awareness right now, and how that awareness can change and improve. That is part of the self-care. That's where the meditation enters, like exercise enters, hobbies. Like really, when you are working with high performance coaching, that's what I do. You start to realize that you are talking with CEOs, with executives, with directors, that they are so focused in their job that they start to lose their families and they start to lose a lot of things because they don't have self-care. And that's another thing that we are talking here. It's like you can embrace this energy, the masculine energy, but you need to connect with the self-care and to know that you are first. You need to have a commitment with yourself.
And to follow on with that, a client I was working with today, she's realized for the first time that one of the first times that she was stressed out last week. And one of her coworkers said, "You look stressed." And she's like, "Yeah, I am stressed." She said to me that was the first time she's recognized that. So being too focused one way or the other is amazing. So then embracing empowering attributes. Sometimes they can be masculine or feminine. It depends on where we fall. Um, the leadership, the focus, taking decisive action. Boy, is that a hard one sometimes. It's like, where can we put these as empowering qualities? How can we see these as empowering qualities? Um, yeah, it's like trusting in our inner power, our ability to manifest these things in our lives.
And really, notice something that we have told several times, but maybe we're not putting all the focus here. When we are talking about these emotions, we're talking about embracing your inner power. We believe that you have a lot of power and it's inside of you. And when you start to embrace everything and not like, no, this is feminine, this is masculine, this you I can be vulnerable because of that. I can be, no, it's embrace your inner power. That is part of your power. Uh, I have had people asking me why emotions are good or bad. They are not good or bad. They are emotions, and that's fine. It's energy in motion, and you can embrace everything. If you're feeling sad, feel it. If you're feeling angry, feel it and let it happen. So this is this is the end of the program. Any last comment, William?
No, that was a great last comment. Trust yourself. Feel it. It can't kill you.
So
You
thank you, everyone. We are going to continue talking about this masculine next week, going deeper on this area. This show can also be heard on Spanglish Radio Network. Please check out spanglishworld.ca for all the news and programming. Spanglish World, watch it, hear it, read it, download it, and leave it. Thank you all. Thank you, William. Bye.